Ku Klux Kanye.
Oh
Yeah,
my
Did y'all
God.
watch this interview?
I couldn't. Come on, look. I
Cuddy,
can't
I
watch
know.
that, man. Go ahead. Saul said he watched the shit. What give us the gist.
did you watch it, Cuddy?
Fuck no, I didn't watch this shit.
I watched
I
50. Go ahead, Cuddy.
No, I just when I see a clown outfit, it looks like a rifle target to me. Like
Yeah.
I can't, you
Yeah.
know,
Gotcha.
it pisses me to fuck off, man. Just
Yeah.
What's up, son? What
You
I
know,
don't even know. I want your interpretation of what the fuck transpired with this.
if I was the type to call other brothers and sisters who acted against their own coon, I would call this young man a Ku Klux coon. But I'm not going to do that. Because of where I work, I'm going to say this, and I'm no doctor. I can't diagnose people of anything, but because of where I work, he sounds exactly like he's psychotic. I'm going to say that. There's clarity, and then the rest is just a bunch of jumbled bullshit. The rest is a bunch of jumbled bullshit, and it's like his whole thing was people are people didn't help him. That's Jay-Z, Beyonce, some other people he named. He was kind of whining about that, like they didn't pick up the phone, they didn't this. Somebody Playboy, I guess it might be talking about Playboy Cardi, mention his child's name, and he doesn't like the environment that his daughter, his children are in. He feels like she's being exploited, and he feels like his parental rights are being like somebody's trying to take his parental rights away. One of the best things about the interview is when Academics asked him, he said, like, hey man, like, I get everything you're saying, but most people would say that you chose Kim, because a lot of this went back to Kim. And
Yeah.
he was like, most people would say you chose that motherfucker, and he was like, I understand that. And he said they have a point. However, in me, I'm like, there is no however. Like, you chose somebody who, to me, is just the
Yeah.
highest paid porn star ever. You chose her, you impregnated her, because in the interview, he's like, yeah, I wish I didn't get her pregnant 2 months after being with her. And it's like, but you went on to have 3 or 4 kids with this woman. And, he's like, yeah, however, whatever. It was clear, and then it would go into this nonsense, like, yeah, the Matrix. And you remember in the Matrix how, when one of the agents would touch somebody and they would become an agent. Yeah, it's like that. It's exactly like that. And I'm like, this young man needs help. He's somebody that I think has a lot of money, and I think that like most people with money, you really can't tell him shit. I don't even think it's a situation where he has a bunch of yes men. I think that this is a dude that literally needs to take some of that money and pay for some help, because, like, there's no rhyme or reason. Now, he'll say, like, for instance, the swastika. He'll say, they say that we see the diamond encrusted swastika. What's up with that? And he was like, well, I understand that some people may feel like, I'm embracing hate, or spreading hate. He said, but that's not, but, and I get that. He said, and I don't mean to do that. He said, however, there's a certain group of people that have made money off of and don't care about my people's pain. That shit I get 100%. He said they make money off of our pain, and they sell it. He said, so now when I put up something, that hurts them, all of a sudden it's a big issue. Okay, I get that. But at the same time, like, bro, those people that use swastikas don't just hate that group of people. Those people that wear these Ku Klux Klan robes, they don't just hate that group of people, man. They typically hate anybody that's not them. especially your black ass who's got that shit on. And it's like this dude just has no self-awareness. He has no situational awareness. He sounds like a spoiled child. And I was listening to once again like my favorite podcast shows, Brother Doggy Diamonds. He said like this cat got all that money and he sounds like a spoiled child who's always whining about some shit. Like you talking about your parental rights being encroached upon. But have you listened to yourself? Have you played back a fucking interview and listened to the things that you say? And for me, I think it was like an hour and some change. But I'm sorry, to me, it was like 53 minutes of some clarity, some shit that made sense. But it was just a motherfucking rambling nonstop, man. It was a motherfucking rambling nonstop.
I was done with the outfit, and I was like, I don't need to hear nothing he has to say about any issue right now. And like you said, until he gets some help. Again, back to what we discussed before we went live was, you got folks, we could be looking at the same thing and interpret it completely different, and that's pretty much what he's been doing. I don't know
Right.
how long, and it's been skewed a little bit because of his whatever he got going on, his bipolarness and all this other shit. And plus, he's always been extra sensitive, so everything affects him, stuff that ain't got nothing to do with anything. Like you said, you was like, dude, you have no script. It's just like somebody cracked open your dome and it's just a, Pee-wee's Playhouse up there, So,
When you said that shit, I just thought of that talking chair, Cherry.
yeah, shit I'm saying. Just a bunch of shit that you like, man, where's Lawrence Fishburne at? Fuck.
Cowboy Bob.
Yeah.
Cowboy Curtis.
Cowboy Curtis.
Curtis, the fuck.
I thought about the word of the day. What if that's going on in his head though? Somebody constantly saying the word of the day. Kim Kardashian. But go ahead, Cuddy. What you got?
Oh yeah, I couldn't watch the interview, man. Like I said, man, when I see these clown outfits, man, it brings out a certain amount of rage in me. And then looking at Akademiks' face, I can't stand his face.
Oh, that was one of the hardest parts.
Like looking at Akademiks, man, there's something about this dude that make me want to fight him.
Got that punchable face.
Yeah.
I don't know why I just want to punch dude. I ain't never met him.
Right.
We ain't never, set trip or nothing. I just want to punch him in the face.
The dude is successful. I'm happy for his success, but I just don't like looking at this motherfucker, man.
Yeah.
So I just choose not to, man. And where did this interview happen at? It looked like somebody's grandma's house, man. Like even the couch was velour. It looked like my grandmama's house.
So
The whole thing was just off, man. I'm not a big fan of Kanye's antics, but I kind of, I dig what he did with the swastika thing, because the swastika has been used for thousands of years around the world as a symbol of the sun. And it comes to like 10, 15 years of Germans using it to
fuck that whole thing up.
Yeah, it fucked it all up. Like it's a very powerful symbol that's been used in damn near every civilization on every continent. And 15 years of Hitler using it, and now we can't use it anymore.
Well, they Harlem shake the shit.
Yeah, they woke it.
Yeah,
You see what I'm saying? Yeah, they Harlem shaked it. They
once
woke
it to the masses.
Yeah, when you go to Korea, you see that symbol everywhere. It's a holy symbol over there. I mean, it's the other way around, but because I was like, motherfuckers all Nazis, and somebody explained it to me. But
even here, like in the United States, Native Americans.
Okay, see, I had no clue about that.
Everywhere.
Yeah, and like you said, 10 to 15 years. It's like woke, it's like BLM, it's like these are things that at one point meant something completely different. Woke if I could say it in military terms, all it meant was stay alert, stay alive. Now I mean everything from black and trans people getting jobs that they shouldn't have. You know what I'm saying? And
Bud
the reason
Light,
I say
Harley Davidson. Yeah, go
Harley
ahead.
Davidson,
They all woke now. Yeah.
when I say Harlem Shake, we know that dance was some fly shit. You know, until these motherfuckers, everybody do the Harlem. You know, they twisted it. So, but I agree with you, man. Like, but I wanted to give this dude a chance because, again, man, it's like, what is he got to say? And it's like, is another album coming out? Because he only goes on these fucking rants when there's an album coming out. And like the dude said, you know, you're coming to people, you want the help from the very same people that you think you're smarter than. Like, it doesn't, like, nothing that this motherfucker says is cogent. And they say it's bipolar. No, this dude, I'm telling you, where I work, I understand what psychotic motherfuckers sound like. They do that shit. They ramble, ramble, ramble. It's clarity. Like, one motherfucker is rambling. It sounds straight. Then he just started crying out of fucking nowhere. And it's like, you know, the dude needs help, and I feel for him because a lot of people said this happened around the time that his mother died. But it's like it seems like this motherfucker is also unaware of the fact that when he does and says certain things, they start looking at all of us and pinning shit on all of us.
Yeah.
When that dude went on that whole anti-Semitic tirade, it wasn't, oh, Kanye is anti-Semitic. It was black people's anti-Semitic. Because of one motherfucker, and then Kyrie just put a link up, and then we was all anti-Semitic. So it's like, brother, that these shenanigans that you do, you know, you put it, you make it so that people can say that's all of them. Then you got fucking Candace Owens who's like, yeah, Kanye's a genius and blah 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 blah. Like, I listen to people that say this woman's intelligent, and I'm like, Jesus fucking Christ, man. You know, so
it is what it is. Like I said,
yeah.
when you told me you watched over, half an hour of that shit, and I was like, bro, damn, I wish you get that time back because I knew it wasn't going anywhere, man. Go ahead.
He spent in 53 minutes. It was, I'm a genius. Nobody did this until I did it.
Okay.
I'm a billionaire. That's why I could do what I do. They told such and such to denounce me, Ty Dolla $ign to denounce me, or they were going to let go of his artist Leon. And then it was just ramen noodles, jello, jello, jello. That's what when you hear the jumble shit.
Yeah.
And it was Kim Kardashian, and everybody was a F-A-N word.
Yeah.
Jim Jones, he was talking about, and it was just like, all right, dude, like, you need some help, brother. You need to go sit down for a while. You got the money to get the help you need. Go sit down for a while, brother.
All right. We could transition, fam. We spent way too much time on this dude, man.
Yeah, let's get it.
Man, I went down a rabbit hole on that fucking clan hood.
Don't do that. Yeah, don't do that.
No,
Don't do that.
like it. You realize that shit goes back to the Catholic Church.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like the Spanish Inquisition. And all
Position.
that shit.
Yes. Yep. How you think that shit got to the States?
Yep.
You know.
Yeah.
It's some hateful shit, man.
Yeah, they brought that shit with them. It was tucked up under the bunk,
Yep.
on the Mayflower.
There you go. Yeah, you're gonna put this shit on, and then we gonna go hunt some.
Yeah, we're gonna go scare the natives and take their shit as if it's ours. But that's a whole nother whatever.
Yeah, that's a whole nother. Yeah. And what's his name?
Speaking of mental illness, man,
Akademiks do look like one of those little Haribo motherfucking bears you want to punch in the face, them gummy bears and shit. But
man,
let it go, man.
When Erykah Badu said this motherfucker looked like Jerry
from Tom and Jerry,
I can't unsee it.
That was it. The complexion, the cheeks, everything.
Yeah.
Spot on, Miss Badu. Spot on. That was. I knew where you were going with that, man. All right.